I posted this video on Instagram a little while ago, and I realized I'm just wearing the same jumper again. But what it was an idea for LSKD, which is, I would say, Australia's biggest activewear brand. It's definitely one of the biggest, if not the biggest. It's a multi-$100 million brand. It's based in the Gold Coast. And anyway, the premise of it was I came up with a campaign idea for them about how they could create what I would think and what I would assume could become their biggest campaign ever. They saw it, heaps of people tagged them, everyone loved it, got really good feedback, and they invited me down to their head office to actually present it to the head of content and some of their team, which was really cool. Then the idea kind of fizzled out. I think they're probably too busy, it's coming out to Black Friday, whatever it is, they decided not to go ahead with it. So I'm just going to talk about the process of what it looked like, the presentation I did. I'm going to run you through everything and show you it, because if they don't do it, someone else will. I know it will blow up. And I think this will be the next wave of creator houses. I think this will be the next wave of content, of in-person events that are leveraged to then create incredible moments in time. So I'm just going to go through the presentation and talk you through it, because I think it's really valuable. And as I said, if they don't want to do it, someone else will. This is the campaign I would pitch to LSKD. And obviously we started off with, this is the campaign I would pitch to LSKD. Now this is more about for their team, talking about myself personally, having just moved to Brisbane. I've been an e-com founder before. I'd run a business up to $1 million a month. Had a lot of experience with creative, now working on my own personal brand, running up my own personal brand and working with founders. So got some runs on the board. I have a lot of experience in kind of the e-com space as a whole. And then my video that I posted got a lot of social proof in terms of people wanted to do it. LSKD actually posted it to their story and I got a huge amount of results of like, yes, it was a yes or no story poll. And, you know, a resounding 90-something% of people said yes. So what this is, it's a creator experience like no other. It's a part training camp and a part creator house. And it's a repeatable content-driven experience designed to position LSKD or another brand as a leader in athlete creator culture. The idea was to generate 3,000 unique video assets in under 30 days and deepen audience trust and brand affinity through storytelling. Now, that 3,000 unique videos or assets sounds ridiculous, but on any random given day, they had 80 plus tagged photos on Instagram. And we are targeting just an incremental increase on that with substantial upside, essentially. So these would be considered these would be considered fresh creatives because of the hyper targeting process we would go through for this event. And the format would be a 4-day camp where 8 to 12 creators live, train, and film with the brand. I said they do it on the Gold Coast. That's where they're based. It's easier to do it. But we bring 8 to 12 endemic versus non-endemic creators from your audience to an Airbnb to the Gold Coast for this training camp. Now, an endemic creator is someone that creates content within your category. So for them, it would be fitness influencers, athletes, trainers, and non-endemic would be creating content outside of your category that's still relevant. Lifestyle vloggers and fashion creators. Now, I'll get to why I've added these in a little bit. But we want people like food creators, weekend warriors, elite level athletes, pro and ex-athletes, niche sport enthusiasts, and content creators. Each day would be centered around activities, cooking classes, wellness sessions, content workshops, because this is all part of the bigger picture of everything that falls under the LSKD brand and their business. Why would this be different? As I said, we want to generate 3,000 organic pieces of content in the lead up. Now, these come from the application process to be considered. You must make content and you must make good content to be considered for the application process. So the whole idea is to be considered to win a free trip, to win access to the house, you actually have to post content and tag LSKD, whether it's why you love fitness, a training run, a vlog, whatever it is that you want to create content about personally. You do that, but you always tag it back to the LSKD creator house. So what we're looking for is the best possible creators, and we're generating buzz. If someone else sees their friends creating content with a chance for them to win it, and they're not having to be specific, like a sitting down talking head being like, this is my application to the creator house. It's just, here's a piece of content that I wanted to create anyway. If I tag LSKD in it, there's a chance I'm going to win a free trip out of it. People are just going to keep tagging them and tagging them and tagging them. So it's going to create this network effect. There's no reason for a brand of this size to not say that there wouldn't be 100 entries a day across the world, across their huge audience, across all these people that already tagged them. It's very easy to put these two and two together. And what I wrote at the bottom of this is the opposite of what this event is, which is open to anyone. The application is open to literally anyone in the world that wants to partake in it. The complete opposite of this would be something like a White Fox Coachella house, where they only invite their top influencers. It's very exclusive. You have to be someone. It's always girls, people from the outside looking in, thinking like wishing they were there or wishing that they were a big enough creator to be invited. Whereas this is all about community. This is what this brand's about. This is what LSKD is about, is their community and their customers. They tried to not be exclusive and they want to invite everyone into it. So this is where the huge difference is. And I think the sentiment is, I put a little screenshot here, is a comment on the White Fox, one of the White Fox posts about their creator or about their influencer house was, note to self, never buy White Fox. It just leaves for a lot of people a sour taste in their mouth, where they look at it and go, well, what benefit does this get for me? What do I gain from watching a bunch of these influencers get a free trip out of it to a house that I'm never going to get access to? So the application funnel. Already kind of talking about this. We already did this, where I got them after the meeting that we had. They shared the video, which is part of they shared the video that I created to their stories. Got a huge resounding success, as I said. So this was kind of my goal, is I wanted to push them to share it, to see if people would actually apply, which they did, or people would actually say, yes, I want to apply, and they did. The next thing we'll do is lean on the network of creators. They already have a massive network of creators. So we would do a soft launch in the 14 days beforehand, just to drive buzz. I think we'd really lean on their existing audience, because there is still unknowns, right? So you want to take away the variables. If we have their biggest creators starting to push the creator house, saying this is open to anyone, it's as simple as just posting videos about what you're going to be doing anyway, we get the ball rolling, and I want people to have a lot of buzz. I want people to really buy into it. You keep it broad, people can post whatever suits the individual creator. And there's a couple of ways they could do it. They could have end screen, like I've said here, or in this here, or they could just tag LSKD in the captions. Are you kidding me? This is so cool. Edited some of my own content or some of their existing content, just to show them examples of what applications could look like. So this could be me, Jai, a content creator from Australia, using the entry time frame to build his own challenge. So for someone like me that isn't really posting that much fitness content, I would take that. This is how I would interpret it. I would take it and go, I'm going to post fitness content for the next 30 days. Here's my challenge. And I go away and start taking LSKD every day, and I do something different. Bree, who's an athlete already, for a rip. Are you kidding? Rip balls. Are you kidding me? This is so cool. She would do the end screen, as I said. So it's like her video as normal, and then it's the end screen. And then this lady here, which I found on their website as well, in their tag photos, instead of just it being about LSKD, it's about her and what she's already going to be posting. It was a viral video, and then she just tagged this. Consider this my entry to the LSKD Creator House. It is literally that simple to get people talking about your event and get it into the feed. Phase 2 was all about the experience. So this is where we really needed to have a structured day every single day. So there's the arrival, there's the icebreakers, they do the LSKD team values, all the kind of stuff that the company wants to do, and that's going to work for the company. We do walkthroughs, we do golden hour group runs, we do dinner. This is where like it's structured, but it still needs to be open. We don't want it to be regimented, but we're looking for these moments in time where we can either capture the group together, or we can capture individual moments of people talking about the experience. Every individual creator is creating content about it, and we are pushing the narrative. Okay, day 1, this is what we're going to do. The next day is about the creation and the community. So we go to cold plungers, we go to a cafe, we go to the HQ. Again, we're doing short form content about it. So maybe it's like, come with me for a tour of the LSKD factory from an individual creator. From a brand side, it's come with us to show all the creators at factory. Again, from the brand side. So there's 2 videos already, but there's going to be 10 of them because each individual creator is creating that at the same time. Day 3 was all about the content intensive plus connection. And day 4 was the wrap up and kind of the outgoing. Now, in highlighted parts, I've got essentially separated kind of things that maybe other brands haven't done before, or how this could become a different experience so that the wider community gets value out of it. Because I think the most important thing is, yes, we're bringing these people together, but I want people watching from home to still take something away from it. And this is why I've got things like the creator-led mini workshop. So someone like myself would come down and do a workshop on content creation. Now, these people already are good content creators, but there's always room for improvement, or there's always ideas to be shared. We not only share it with the people in the house, but we film it and package it up and then share it with the wider audience. Here's how to create the best fitness content in 2025. Here's what's working as a fitness chef in 2025. Little things that matter to their audience still, that they aren't getting because they're not sitting there, but they can watch it from home and take something away from it. I think that's really, really important. And that's what would set apart an event like this. The distribution of this, again, it has to be a moment in time. Can't just be a couple of wrap-up posts and go, okay, that was the end of it. There needs to be an absurd amount of videos that come out of this for it to actually work and for it to have relevance. I think 1 to 2 posts a day wouldn't be worth the time. It'd actually be a waste of money because it won't have the relevance. It won't have the cut through. So I'm talking about hundreds of posts a day just to cut through. And that's purely based on volume. It's like fit checks, it's group collabs, it's creator POVs. There should be multiple of those every day. There's the long form videos that come out of every single day, the photo assets, they're obviously easy to pump out, and the short form videos of the highlights, the updates, the lessons, and the moments. It's really, really important that it is seen as a moment in time. I'm going to hammer it as much as possible because otherwise I don't think it works or has the effect that we're looking for. I put a couple of references in here. The Masters, famous for posting 250 posts over the week and getting 400 million views. Yes, it's a world famous event, but they wouldn't get all those views if they didn't post that much. Wimbledon, even more famous, 1,000 times in 14 days, 1 million new followers. Once again, they are becoming culturally relevant every time Wimbledon comes around. BPN did an amazing event and they posted a crazy amount from it. It's likely under $100,000 that they spent on the event, but people are saying upwards of 30 million views that they earned from that event, from having not only the creators posting, not only the people experiencing the event, but then also having their media team post as well. So that's what we're looking for, is these crazy moments in time. It's not an ongoing thing. It's hyper-focused, huge distribution, and then those assets can obviously live on forever, and you can repurpose them for ads and you can repurpose them for organic, but we're really trying to create a buzz when the event's on. The content value, I think this is a really important one. They rely heavily on paid. So for a brand like this that is super, super into paid for acquisition, this is where the upside comes from. Yes, it's not dollar in, dollar out, but the long tail events of the creator house versus spending $50,000, $100,000 on paid could 10x the outcomes. And so with the paid, what I kind of hammered down on, the points I was talking about, is like with your paid ads, you have a 2 to 4 week max, maybe a little bit longer shelf life. But when you're cycling through so much creative and so many product drops, it is really hard to stay relevant unless you're just continually feeding it new ads. There's no real community impact either. It's just, it is what it is. It's an ad and people forget about it. You create a house with the organic content, you can last for a lot longer. You can have 30 plus days of organic momentum. You can have 500 to 800 owned assets that you could repurpose as ads for a very long time. There's the real stories, the emotion, and the human connection that come out of it. And it builds that cultural relevance that I kind of mentioned already. The content styles, I think this is, again, really important of what actually comes out of it. Having a very clear plan of, we're going to do challenges. So like this YouTuber, we've got some great videos here. It's not even in English, but I know it's a great video because it has an insane amount of virality to it. I trained with Olympic athletes. It could be, LSKD sponsors a lot of Olympic athletes. We could recreate videos like this for specific creators. Challenge content. Can runners outrun the Brisbane City Cat? Another great YouTube video. And then some like incredibly high-end, high-quality reels of the training camp style, like UVU do when they do their training camps. I think that's another really good avenue to go down as well. And this is just from a brand side. It's important that these are seen as not just a once off, but it's year one, we prove it local. Year two, we push further. And year three, it gets bigger and better. If it's not something that we're not just doing it once and going, let's see how it goes. Yes, we are going to do it once and test it, but I see huge benefit in this being a yearly thing that just gets better and bigger and bigger and better and better. Red Bull is the GOAT of this kind of content. Red Bull is the GOAT of these bigger and better challenges of pushing the boundaries. And a brand like this should really take inspiration from that and say, okay, let's start small with a small local team at a small creator house, but let's make this into some incredible big challenge that is a moment in time that people buy into, that they stop. Everyone's waiting for the drop. Everyone's waiting for the after movie, whatever it is that they're trying to achieve. This is where I was trying to push this to with LSKD as well. Some contingencies and lessons. I spoke to some people that run events, and some of just some basic things that they said about, making sure people arrive at the same time, clearly define content deliverables, shorten the window of the application was a good suggestion I had. And then just like the cost as well. Other things that we kind of broke down were the contingencies, if creators are underperforming, if creators drop out, what the weather's like, all basic stuff. But I think it's really important to just show that you have a game plan for when shit goes wrong, which it always inevitably does. Strategy and planning, I kind of just broke down what I would do versus what they would do. I built out a 115 task checklist of every single thing that needed to be done in the lead up to the event, which is also super valuable and would allow the event to run smoothly. And then we kind of just did a very broad and very rough idea of, okay, can we make this work for say $75,000, which hard to know without fully costing it up, but that was kind of the budget I was working off of. $75,000. It could be less and it could be more, just depending on where the creators are being flown in from, how much the house costs, how many extra staff we need to hire in terms of like videographers, editors, and etc. But there's not a whole lot more to it. And I think, for $75,000, that's a campaign that big brands will run and they may generate 1 to 2 times that back. Like the outliers of content will come from a big weekend like this, and generating those huge moments of buzz, and like BPN generating 30 million views across that event that they ran. You can't get that for $75,000. Like there's a crazy return on investment. So this is where I think the next wave of content goes, or for the big brands, even smaller brands, they can recreate it in some form. Like take what's going to be working, in-person events, people wanting connection, people wanting to get offline, but then bringing it to the online and making it a moment in time, creating value for not only the people that are there, but the people that are home watching it, and they're taking something out of it, and they're invested in it, and they're invested in the pre-launch and the actual event. And so that's it. That is probably the biggest campaign I could see a brand like this running. I think from an organic perspective, it would be insane. We'd have huge buzz and buy-in. And yeah, if any other brands want to run it up, let me run it for you, then send me a message.